Surround yourself with people that want you to do well and that want you to be healthy, and you won't get sucked into peer pressure if you don't put yourself in those situations to begin with.
First of all, be really careful with who you're friends with. It's really easy to get influenced by your peer circle.
Mostly it just comes down to who you hang out with, who you surround yourself with, because I think once you get in with the wrong people, you become that.
It may not be peer pressure, but at the same time it will be, because they're doing it and you're just sitting around bored. So it's going to be like, I need to do these things too.
It probably won't surprise you to learn that your friends are one of the biggest influences on how much you drink.
Everyone at college wants to be social.
Everyone wants to make new friends, be popular, and fit in. That's totally normal.
That's totally normal.
But it might surprise you to know that only about 1 in 5 students who didn't drink in high school start drinking during their first year in college.
So if you're not already a big drinker, you actually have a lot of company.
And the fact is that over 1 in 5 college students are non-drinkers.
Did you catch that?
Over 1 in 5 college students are non-drinkers.
But one of the things that influences how much students drink is how much they think other students drink.
And while we're not here to tell you what to do,
We do think it's important that you make decisions based on the facts.
Facts, imagine that.
So we're going to hit you
Smack!
with some key statistics.
When asked what percentage of their peers didn't drink any alcohol in the last 30 days, college students answered 2%.
fail. The real answer was 7 times that.
Yep, 15% of college students who drink didn't drink at all within the last 30 days.
On the other hand, when asked what percentage of college students drank every day in the last 30 days,
college students said that about 16% of students drank every day.
Double fail. That's off by about 1,600%.
whoa!
The truth is, only 1% of college students drank every day in the last 30 days.
Double whoa.
See the problem?
See the problem?
Everyone thinks everyone else is drinking more than they really are.
So in order to fit in, everyone thinks they need to drink more too.
Even worse, the more a student drinks, the more they overestimate how much other students are drinking.
So someone who drinks a lot thinks everyone else is drinking a lot too.
But,
Of those students who drink and party, the majority don't drink more than 4 drinks.
Interesting.
You don't say.
in fact, about 2/3 of students keep careful track of how much they drink.
Kids these days.
Kids these days.
And about 97% of students who drink report having used at least one of the following tactics to keep their drinking sensible, including
Avoiding drinking games.
Setting their max number of drinks in advance.
Having a friend let them know when they've had enough.
And pacing drinks to 1 or fewer an hour.
the vast majority of students also report that they stay with the same group when they drink.
Which means that falling in with a group of binge drinkers could influence your perception on how much drinking college students do.
To give you a sense of just how important your peers are,
Students who have a roommate who drinks regularly earn a lower GPA than students with a non-drinking roommate.
Like we said, who you hang out with, as well as your expectations and their expectations for drinking, will make a big difference.
Watch out for the bingers. You don't need to binge drink to fit in.
you don't need to binge drink to fit in.
If you're someplace where people are drinking and you want to keep your drinking down,
Or you don't want to drink at all, think about a few things.
Have a quick script in your head. If you pause and wait, you might feel more pressure.
Be prepared to quickly say, no, I'm good, or whatever you want to say.
Have another kind of drink in your hand, so people are less likely to offer you something else.
Or alternate between alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks.
Some students fill alcohol bottles or cans with non-alcohol drinks.
It will look like you're drinking when you're not.
Sneaky.
Be with a friend or friends who will support your decisions.
Friends who don't support your decisions aren't your friends.
All of this generally holds true for other drugs as well.
85% of college students surveyed thought the typical student smoked marijuana within the last month.
In reality, only 18% of students had smoked weed in the last month.
Only 18%.
And about 2/3 of students never smoked marijuana at all.
Roughly the same statistics hold true for other drugs.
Excluding alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana, about 80% of students thought their peers typically use some kind of other drug.
Heroin, cocaine, meth, unprescribed prescription drugs, etc., sometime in the last month.
Only about 14%, not 80%, used some kind of other drug.
So as you're making your decisions about what to do, remember this.
The biggest thing that makes students drink might just be the misconception that students drink a lot.
And while some students smoke weed, it's not typical.
Most students don't
smoke weed.
And while some students do drugs, it's not typical.
Most students don't do drugs.
The perception is that it's typical, that you need to do it to fit in.
But do you need to make your decisions based on misconceptions?
Nope.
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 Not anymore! Not anymore!
The myth is that everybody drinks in college, but it's not true.
You don't have to get drunk every night, or every weekend, for that matter, to have fun. It's
really not about that at all.
That there's this misconception in culture that college equals drinking. There are people that go to college and try to live out that misconception, but I mean, that's really only a very small portion of what college is, and you can make college whatever you want to make it.
You know, I'm not doing the same things that I used to do. I'm not smoking weed, I'm not drinking alcohol, and I still go to parties with my friends, but you know, I just don't need to be outside of my mind. I don't need to be high, and I don't need to be drunk to have a good time.
If you feel like you're losing friends because you're saying no, or you feel like you're losing out on some awesome experiences and a fun time for saying no, then you've got it all wrong.
I think you could still have a lot of fun at parties even though you don't drink or smoke. A lot of the time I just go and I dance, meet some people, meet some cute girls, dance a little bit.
When you're at a party and you want to meet girls, the best thing is to be sober. I've seen plenty of people who at a party who are just drunk out of their minds trying to talk to different girls, and they just laugh at them. You know, who wants to talk to someone who's just drunk off their ass?